Hi everybody, welcome back to TEW2020. This is our local to global save, Hope and Glory, but we've got our last TV show before our next big event, and I can't even remember what that next big event was called. Pre-booking. What have we got? It's just the Premier UK Wrestling, and it's next month that we start the individual kind of events. So this is the last TV show. We've got a couple of things to sort of show you afterwards, but let's get this out the way. Kick off as usual with the opening scene in the studio. Ocean, or as I spelled there, Osina. Ocean and Knight open the show, and they sort of talk about some of the guys that are going to be on tonight's show. Bob Holly, Johnny Smith, Chris Jericho, Ian McGregor. Okay, a rating of 50. Acid Burn then take on Ben McCoy and Dave Sullivan. About had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Acid Burn get the victory in 6 minutes 57 when Chris Jericho forced Ben McCoy to submit with a lion tamer after distraction from Michelle Starr. So Michelle Starr there distracting Ben McCoy, allowing Jericho to get that move on him, and that's a rating of 53. We've then got a news segment with Ocean, who intros promos from Bobby Heenan, Andre Baker, Ben McCoy, and Rocky Maivia. So yeah, rating 49. This was just really, I must admit, I was looking at the roster and I was thinking, I've got a lot of personalities now. So I was thinking, I haven't even put Bobby Heenan on the show yet. I thought, I haven't done a news segment yet. So okay, get Heenan on there. And again, he's just discussing the fact that he's looking out for all the talent. He's watching the shows closely, and he wants someone to manage. And yeah, I thought let's just get a couple of our other guys on there, and also didn't really have anything for Maivia to do, so put him in this segment as well. And then up next was Johnny Angel and Ludwig Borger against Norman Smiley and Gary Beware. This was just to kind of deal with a few storylines, really. And they've both gained heat, which is really good. Rating of 70, which I'm pleased with. Angel and Borger have great chemistry. That is worth keeping in our back pocket. But it was Norman Smiley and Beware that got the win in 7 minutes 27 when Gary Beware forced Johnny Angel to submit with the Boston Grab. We've then got another angle with Sergeant Slaughter, and again, I just didn't know what to do. And I thought, how about another scene where he's trying to get some of the guys into shape? You know, you're all a disgrace, blah, blah, blah. So he's got Lord Regal, John Ritchie, Norman Smiley, and Robbie Brookside all together. You're an absolute disgrace, all of you. You wouldn't be fit enough to, lead an army or join the army. How would the UK defend itself? Blah, blah, blah. With you bunch of idiots, you need to get yourselves into shape. You need to start performing better. Lord Regal is visibly annoyed at this. That's an overall rating of 67. The Landlord then has his segment, because we kind of forgot about it a little bit actually, which is completely my fault. But this week he's interviewing Drew McDonald, and it's just a self-promo. Rating of 60. Dave Finlay then takes on George Burgess, and Finlay gets the win in 6 minutes 9 seconds by submission. Got a lot of submission wins, don't we? Get a lot of those. Dave Finlay and George Burgess have great chemistry. Yeah, I was looking at their match history, and I think their previous match got a 70, so maybe I was hoping for a little bit more than 61, but then it was only a sort of 6-minute match, so it is what it is. Lord Regal is then cutting a promo where he's annoyed. He is annoyed at Sergeant Slaughter. He's annoyed at being subjected to the same humiliation as those other peasants. I'm the Premier League Wrestling Champion. I don't need to be subjected to that kind of humiliation. He's really sort of annoyed with Sergeant Slaughter there. Rating of 68. Bob Holly then in a pre-match promo against Johnny Smith. This was just to add an angle, really, to the show. Rating of 53. And the match gets a 66. Yeah, a little bit disappointed maybe with that one. Good heat, decent wrestling. Bob Holly got the win in just under 10 minutes by a count-out. Rating of 66 there. So let's have a look at the overall score. 66. Yeah, we're still gaining pop. I mean, I would much rather be getting much higher scores than that, but, we're making slow progress. Okay, so we've got an email before we go into anything else. Marty Jones' opinion, Rocky Maivia is money. Yeah, maybe it's time for us to really go for it with him now then. Be interesting to see what Andre Baker's got to say. Chris Jericho's money. Okay, I mean, we know we've got future stars. We're just gradually getting them there. Okay, I have made a signing before that show off camera. I can't even remember. There you go, Joshua Ben Garion. I've never heard of him, but I've sort of been keeping an eye on him in this game. I mean, look at that popularity. He is miles above our next most popular guy, or our next most popular wrestler, I should say, which I think is probably Lord Regal. So Lord Regal, he's peaking at mid-60s. And, you know, this guy, his pop, he's peaking at early 80s. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I had to bring him in, really. He's expensive. He is expensive. He is going to cost us $75,600 a month. But for that sort of popularity, I mean, okay, he's not going to be the best in the ring. His stamina's got a lot to be desired. But if we're clever about the way we book him, and if we use him for angles and stuff like that, he will get people over. I brought him in as a face, and I've also given him the Armed Forces gimmick. I say I've given him the Armed Forces gimmick. It's what he came with, so I could change that. But now I've just looked at that. Maybe we could do something with him and Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, Slaughter can't wrestle. Yeah, maybe we can do something. We'll have a thing. I might just have him as an individual, not worry about putting him in with Slaughter. It was just a consideration. I mean, yeah, he's awful in the ring, but again, it's that popularity. Let's just use him. Let's just use him to get that pop over. There was something else I was going to say, and I've just completely forgotten what it was. Oh, yes, we did make an offer for Tito Santana, who, again, his pop was wild. We lost out to WCW. Probably my fault, actually, because I didn't sort of check back to see if there were any rival offers. I just skipped ahead to the next show. Totally and utterly my fault. I'm a bit gutted, really. But whether we would have matched WCW's offer for him, I don't know. Without looking, I can't even remember what he would have cost. Have I got him on the shortlist? I can't remember if I put him on the shortlist or if I just immediately... Right, yeah, Tito Santana. I mean, his pop, okay, not quite as good as the other guy, but still, way ahead of Lord Regal. He is costing WCW, it doesn't say, he'd be leaving WWF. Oh, here we go, $60,000 a month. So him and Joshua, whatever his name was, yeah, might have been pushing it a little bit. I mean, we can do it. We're making, yeah, I mean, it would have been really cutting it fine, actually. But we've got that cushion. We've got 2.5 million. So, yeah, we would have done it. I would have done it. But yeah, my fault. Completely my fault. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on with the other guy. We're very close now. We're 3 days away from our event. We've already pre-booked it. We've got all that ready to go. Hopefully, I haven't messed up in any way. Do we still have Adrian Finch and Eddie Riley? I'm pretty sure they're jobbers. I don't think I've got rid of them. If I have, I'm really going to kick myself. I should be... I mean, let's just check now, for goodness sake. Who was it? Adrian Finch. I can't even remember the other. Eddie Riley, right, yeah. I've been known to do stupid things like that, where I pre-book something 4 weeks in advance, get rid of some guy, or some guy walks out, and then I forget to change the pre-booking. But no, I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll do that next. Let's have this as an extra special episode and get through that, just so we can get through the year. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I've put it all together. As predicted, I've had to put a couple of matches down as pre-show matches. It wasn't ideal. I didn't really want to, but yeah, just kind of had to in the end. Really, the show went way over what I'd normally do. So yeah, we're also going longer than 90 minutes. We're going to 100, which is really unlike me. Not going by the actual figures. So let's get it underway then. So start the show. Drew McDonald takes on Lewis Blaine. And Lewis Blaine gets the win in 8 minutes 12 by disqualification, rating of 48. And then Ian McGregor and Tom Tyrone take on Johnny Angel and Johnny Smith. And Johnny Angel and Johnny Smith get the win in 7 minutes 49 when Johnny Smith pinned Tom Tyrone with a Death Valley bomb. 67, that's not bad for a pre-show match. So then we get into the show proper, and we've got Sergeant Slaughter, Ricky Knight and Jimmy Ocean just hyping the show, talking about the show. This is the last one of its kind because next month we are changing up the end of month schedule. Rating of 61. And then in a 70 rated match, Ben McCoy takes on Dave Finlay, and it's McCoy that gets the win in 9 minutes 22 when Finlay was counted out after being attacked by Ian McGregor. So I think attacked by Ian McGregor, maybe not so much. I think what probably happened was Ian McGregor was there, distracted Finlay, and Finlay came out and started the fight. But he got counted out. Ben McCoy gets the win. Post-match, Michelle Starr comes down and attacks McCoy just to kind of get that storyline advanced. It's lost heat though, rating of 38. Johnny Kidd is then in the ring, and he's talking about how he's disappointed at not being booked on this show, and he's really desperate for a match, so he makes an open challenge, and who else accepts but Rocky Maivia. Yes, we wanted him to make his debut at this show. Rating of 40, that segment. And then, wow, that's an awful match. Yeah, I mean, it didn't have much heat. Johnny Kidd is kind of like, we never use him, and Rocky Maivia, well, he's still unimportant at the moment, but yeah, that's really disappointing. 22. I mean, Johnny Kidd was off his game. Should we have a look at the dirt sheet? I don't know if I want to have a look at the dirt sheet. I mean, there's a few bonuses there. Johnny Kidd penalised for inconsistency, physical ability. Rocky Maivia's rusty, yeah, and inexperienced. Okay, well, it is what it is. But yeah, Rocky Maivia, hopefully he's at least got some pop out of this. Johnny Kidd wasn't happy. I had to keep him strong, and he still wasn't happy. But I got that note that said then he saw Rocky Maivia cracking his knuckles. Okay, well, yeah. Jimmy Ocean then interviews, Justin Martin, before his inter-county title challenge against Ludwig Borger, overall rating of 48. And then it's the match. Ludwig Borger defends his inter-county title against Justin Martin in 11 minutes 39 by count-out. Rating of 66, not too shabby. Then we've got Acid Burn taking on Adrian Finch and Eddie Riley in a 52 rated match, which isn't too bad at all. Bearing in mind these two guys here are, I think they're both unimportant. So yeah, not too bad. Acid Burn getting the win in 8 minutes 21 when Jericho forced Eddie Riley to submit with a lion tamer. It hasn't got it here, and I'm glad I've remembered, but Bobby Heenan was at ringside watching this match. And he's interviewed afterwards by Ricky Knight, a rating of 65, and Heenan just says he likes what he sees from Acid Burn. They've got real talent. Now, the plan isn't to put Bobby Heenan with Acid Burn, but kayfabe, it would just be a tease for the audience. Oh, he's going to join Acid Burn. No, he doesn't. Ricky Knight then interviews Bob Holly ahead of his match against Pete Collins in a 52 rated segment. And then the match itself gets a 57. Bob Holly getting the win. Didn't really doubt it in 6 minutes 41. Pete Collins is looking very stale. We barely use him, but I suppose we should at least tweak his gimmick. Andre Baker taking on George Burgess, a 57 rated match again. Andre Baker getting the win in 10 minutes 42 by pinfall. And then Lord Regal and Norman Smiley have pre-match promos. Pre-match, of course, for the Heavyweight Championship. Separate promos, but I combine them into one angle in-game. Lord Regal still has that hot catchphrase. Overall rating of 67. And the match, 83. That's really good. I am really pleased with that one. Great wrestling and good heat. Lord Regal defeated Norman Smiley in 15 minutes 6 seconds by pinfall with a Regalplex. Lord Regal makes the defence number 3 of the British Heavyweight title. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. Obviously, that storyline gained some heat. I'm sure somewhere along the line I probably had Johnny Angel come down and distract Smiley. I know it doesn't put it there, does it? That's so annoying. I'm sure it always used to. Why doesn't it do it anymore? Well, okay. But 83 is really good. Hopefully, Norman Smiley's got some pop from that despite losing. Let's have a look overall. 72. Yeah, that's got to be the best show we've had for a long time, if not the best show we've ever had. So yeah, very pleased with that. I think I'll make a speech. I know I don't usually, but I think really we've got to say Well, I'm going to encourage Rocky Maivia because, give some encouragement. I think Norman Smiley probably deserves. Let's give him a hug. And do you know what? I never check individual performances, so I can't really tell you who's been great and who hasn't. But who else was on the show that I think would probably let's give Jericho. Tell him he was great. Or praise for a great performance. There we go. Rocky Maivia seemed pleased. Norman Smiley seemed pleased. Chris Jericho is happy with your speech. Okay. Before we step into the new year, we'll just have a quick look at these emails. Viewing figures, 0.12. So it's only slightly better than our TV shows, actually. But that's okay, that's fine. Get rid of that one. And I will do my usual skip into the next year. We're going to party like it's 1999. Here we are, Monday, week 1, January. Before I go into too many details, I do always like to have a look at the end of month awards, also the end of year awards. Wrestler of the Year, Ricky Steamboat. Tag Team of the Year, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner. Young Wrestler of the Year, Aldo Moreno. Ric Flair is Veteran Wrestler of the Year. Cynthia Moreno, Female Wrestler of the Year. Giant Warrior is the Independent Wrestler of the Year. Company of the Year is PWFG. That might be something we can look to win one year, maybe. Most Improved Company Year. This is the one I meant. Yeah, we have already won it once, haven't we? But ICWA this time. Match of the Year, Jushin Thunder Liger against, and also defeated, Shinya Hashimoto. Card of the Year, Starcade. Manager of the Year, Antonio Inoki. Kenji Waki, I'm not going to pronounce that. Announcer of the Year. Color Commentator of the Year, Don Callis. Bobby Izawa is the Referee of the Year. Okay, yeah. I don't usually go through all of them, but I thought I would, just for prosperity's sake. I don't know. Let's have a look. We made 138,204 last month, which is fantastic. I mean, I was thinking, now that we're in 1999, Taz is injured. Okay. I really want to push this company forward now, this year. I mean, we came from nothing. This is a local to global. We had zero everything, if you remember, and I've not mentioned that for a few episodes. I did mention it a lot at the beginning, but we literally came from zero, and now we've got got $2.5 million in the bank. We are making over $100,000 a month. We've made some good time. We've got a really good roster now. I mean, okay, not much of it is British anymore, but we are broadcasting in the US, so we can certainly call ourselves a transatlantic company. If we can just get a few more countries here and there, we can call ourselves global. It makes sense to have an international roster now, I guess. We're not solely a UK company. I want to see where the finances come from. Ticket sales, wow, ticket sales was much better. Broadcast revenue's gone up a little bit. Sponsors went up. Merchandise went up quite a lot. But then so did wages. Look at that. Wow. Okay, yeah, wages has gone up an awful lot. Okay, yeah, so I think that'll do for this episode. We have... No, hang on. Before I close this episode, probably a slightly longish episode now, this one. Right, we've only got the 3 major stars now. Andre Baker's dropped back down to star. Ludwig Borger's dropped back down to star. What have we done wrong? Okay, it's not over drastic. We'll get them back up there. We've obviously now got Joshua Ben Gurion. I need to change his name. I'm not having that. Yeah, so I hope you like this one. Please like and subscribe if you have. And I will see you all again soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.